welcome back to Pokemon FireRed. So, last time we got through the SSN, and with all of that out of the way, we can finally go to the gym. Just make sure you have a Pokemon with Cut on it. Now, we got Lieutenant Surge's gym, and yeah, America exists. This was pre-Unova, so they just brought up America.
I never thought of it like that. I need to check what he's called in... Oh, I remember, in Pokemon Let's Go he's called the Lightning Lieutenant. It would have been really cool if they called him the Lightning Unovan.
Not gonna bring up that either, because, that would invoke Gen 5, and this is all about Gen 1, baby.
Right, well the thing is Unova's specifically New York, because Alola's a different region.
Yeah.
But they're the same country. So hang on. In Pokemon, I'm sorry, we're talking about this now. Are Johto, Kanto, Hoenn, and Sinnoh all part of the same nation, or are they separate nations?
I think they're technically separate, even if they're they're on similar, if not the same landmass.
Yeah, they're still in their respective locations. So is this just the return to the Sengoku era?
I mean, there's a Pokemon game with Nobunaga, so that must not be canon. We're actually on the timeline where Nobunaga fails. Kanto and Johto are still gonna be separate nations.
Yeah, I always just thought of I never really thought about the regions as nations. I guess until Kalos came out, because that's all of France.
Yeah, it's just all France, all the time. Just the whole dang thing. So, anyway, if you hadn't noticed, Electric-type gym, you're probably not going to have that many ground types, which is good because you do have to have a slot taken up for the Pokemon with Cut on it, and you probably don't want one of your main team having Cut. It's not really a good move. I mean, it's better than Scratch or something like that, but it's still a meh damage normal type move. So this man will explain the puzzle of the gym, which annoys most people because it sucks. We'll do that after we're done with the trainers, though. You can technically skip 2 of them, you only have to fight the last guy, but this puzzle's already enough of a pain, don't make it a stealth section on yourself. It's completely unnecessary. So, anyway, huge weakness of Voltorb is the fact that, it might look like it's floating, but it's not, so you can hit it with ground-type attacks. It did, however, have the move Sonic Boom, which is pretty dangerous. It only does 20 damage. However, that's the damage it does, all the time. It doesn't matter what your defense is, it's doing 20 damage, which technically isn't a lot. However, Gateau's kind of a tank, so 20 damage is actually significant.
Yeah, it's kind of a big deal just at this level.
Yeah, eventually, when you're at hundreds of HP, it's probably nothing to sweat, really. It's good against, more frail Pokemon, or lower HP Pokemon specifically. Frail implies low defense, and that don't matter.
It's also very useful in a lot of the spin-off games. In Pokemon Conquest, which you mentioned earlier, Dratini is incredibly powerful on the beginning of most maps. Because they can always do an entire HP bar on most Pokemon at that level.
Jeez.
The same thing with the mystery dungeons that reset your level to 1. If you know Dragon Rage or Sonic Boom, it doesn't matter because you're still one-shotting everything.
Yep. Alright, and we get to learn Bites. So, I believe that's the last move I wanted to learn before evolving. Almost said promoting.
CEO Gato.
So, basically, Bite is a Dark-type move that causes Pokemon to flinch, so if you're faster than a Pokemon, you can maybe cancel their turn. And of course, being Dark-type means that it's just so useful in fighting Psychics. It's fairly strong, and I forget if it was... I think it was normal type in the original, right? That would
Yeah.
make sense. But yeah, that... making it dark type helps so much.
Mm-hmm.
And so, with this Moonstone, Gato evolves into... Nidoqueen. Now, I believe I mentioned before that the difference between the Nidoran male and female lines is basically Nidoran male is better with attack type stats. But Nidoqueen I like better because defense is nice. Defense is real good. As is Body Slam. Poison Sting I'm getting rid of because it's not that powerful. And quite frankly, other Pokemon hitting Gato is probably a better source of poison than, just poison points. And we can also learn Brick Break now, which you can't before Nidoqueen. So having a fighting type move's not the worst idea. Also, I can just say, fuck barriers? I don't use it for that purpose very often, but now I have the option.
Mm-hmm. Remember, I think in Let's Go, Nidoqueen doesn't learn a stronger Poison-type move than Poison Sting, but Nidoking learns Poison Jab.
Well, that's just distinctly unfair.
And I think that was the deciding factor in me using a Nidoking instead of a Nidoqueen.
Alright, so basically the puzzle here is randomly check trash cans, and then hope to God the next one you check, which will be one of the ones around the one you first hit, is the one with the switch, otherwise it resets. It's annoying. Honestly, save scum it. That's probably a good idea. I didn't need to, though. It actually wasn't that bad to do. So anyway, Lieutenant Surge here is a war criminal.
Also in Let's Go, if I remember right, those trash cans are just one's red and one's blue.
Ah. Neat.
So the only thing is, like, you have to pick one first, and it doesn't tell you which one, but at most that just wastes, like, one check.
Yep. So, Magnitude 4 is not great, but anyway, yeah, Lieutenant Surge here isn't too bad if you, get lucky. Why did you use Tackle instead of Sonic Boom, you fool? What the heck? Slowly climbing up magnitudes. This isn't a great battle for Candy because she's only got 49 HP against someone using a Sonic Boom. And oh yeah, I think that's the first time we've seen a gym leader use a potion, but they can do that. And Candy is basically useless for the rest of the fight unless I give her a potion.
Too bad potions are for cowards.
Alright, that's Voltorb down. Not a bad level. And just a normal-ass Pikachu. Anyway, surprise. Past me decided to be very daring.
I mean, it's not like Pikachu's gonna know Sonic Boom.
Pikachu probably still has something to kick my ass.
Oh shit, and this gen it knows Iron Tail, doesn't it?
Thankfully not yet, I don't think. Future me can answer that, but... Raichu, on the other hand, we're not going to risk it. We're taking out Gato. Now, if only we had Heiyu still, because clearly Pikachu can definitely fight a Raichu.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I love Raichu's sprite.
Yeah.
He just looks like he's having a giggle. Fittingly enough, because he's clearly plotting something. That didn't work. Fuck you, Raichu.
It's one of the weirder things about making Pikachu the mascot Pokemon is, like, they had to, like, make Raichu less useful. Comparatively.
You can never evolve Pikachu because the anime was just really weird about evolution.
Sometimes. It's weird about evolution in regards to that specific Pikachu.
And Eevee. There's that one episode with the Eevee brothers. You're like, hey, fourth brother, you gotta choose Vaporeon, Flareon, or Jolteon. The brother's like, but I don't want to. Just want a normal Eevee.
I don't remember that one.
Joke's on them, though, because now there's a million Eevees, and really, you should just have all Eevees, honestly.
Yeah.
I have absolutely made a team of Eevees in both Pokemon X and Pokemon Moon. So yeah, that's Lieutenant Surge. Now, if you're having trouble with him, which I didn't, there is actually an area nearby that we'll be visiting in the next episode where you can get some pretty good ground types for that fight, but I didn't need that. So, for the time being, let's check over the new Pokemon we've gotten since the last gym, starting with Kibble. Ah, what a modest cat. Ah, poor lonely Eldritch. And that's it, just those three. We haven't really caught many. But really, it is very lonely to be an Eldritch abomination. That's the lesson we should take from this episode. So next time on FireRed, we don't really move on per se. We're gonna hit a bit of a dead end.
Oh.
But like, one with experience in it.